Crypto.com CRO token has been on fire, climbing more than 243% in the past year, and stacking partnerships that are putting it head-to-head with Binance's BNB. With fresh collaborations like FRA choosing Crypto.com for custody and liquidity, and with momentum building on the Kronos chain, the big question is, could CRO actually rival Binance one day and even reach a price as high as $352 per coin? In today's video, we'll unpack the latest news, market trends, and what this all could mean for CRO future. Welcome to AI Crypto Pulse, your daily dose of crypto updates, AI-driven insights, and market trends. Stay ahead of the curve with the latest in crypto and blockchain technology. Now, there's been an incredible amount of news coming out around Crypto.com recently, and every time we think we've covered all the major updates, another story seems to surface that adds even more fuel to the discussion. Just a day or two ago, a very interesting development slipped past many in the community, but it's actually quite significant once you dig into the details. This wasn't one of the headline-grabbing announcements like the presidential partnership, which already created waves in the crypto space, but instead it was one of those smaller yet meaningful moves that show us exactly how strategically Crypto.com is operating. Over the past few years, we've seen countless headlines about different crypto exchanges making bold moves, signing sponsorships, and forming collaborations. Yet when we step back and take a good look at the broader picture, one thing becomes very clear. Crypto.com is consistently doing more than almost any other exchange out there. The company has managed to stack partnership after partnership, gradually building a reputation as one of the most aggressive and forward-thinking players in the industry. And that's what makes today's discussion so important. Before diving into the specifics of the latest partnership, I want you guys to really think about this big picture question. What is the largest crypto exchange in the world? The answer, of course, is Binance. Now, let's push that question further. What is the largest exchange token in the world? Again, the answer is Binance's token, BNB. This content is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. So naturally, the next question becomes, how does Crypto.com and its token CRO stack up against Binance and BNB? This comparison is fascinating because both tokens share similar fundamentals. They are backed by large centralized exchanges, both have ecosystems with blockchains attached, Binance Chain for BNB, Kronos Chain for CRO, and both provide a wide variety of utilities to holders. And here's the big thought experiment. If CRO were ever to reach the same market cap as Binance, what kind of price levels would we be talking about? Could we really see CRO explode to levels as high as $352 per token in the distant future if it captured Binance's dominance? That's a massive question, and in today's video, we're going to unpack it carefully. But before we get there, let's set the stage with a look at the overall crypto market. At the moment, Bitcoin is performing a little better than it was just a day ago. We're playing this constant back-and-forth ping-pong game with BTC bouncing between the $110,000 and $113,000 levels. Just yesterday, we saw a dip to around $109,000, and then almost immediately, it climbed back up to $112,000. The market is indecisive right now, and the big question everyone is asking is this: are we heading lower in September, or can Bitcoin break through and continue higher? Why does this matter for CRO? It's simple. In order for CRO to maintain momentum and continue its rally, Bitcoin must also keep pushing higher. And, more importantly, Ethereum needs to maintain strength as well, because ETH performance often acts as the backbone for altcoin rallies. Historically, September hasn't been the best month for crypto. It often carries bearish price action, and that could make it challenging for coins like CRO. But despite the overall uncertainty, CRO has been showing exceptionally strong performance in recent months. Meanwhile, Binance coin BNB, which has long been considered one of the most reliable tokens in the industry, has been stuck in a sort of sideways pattern. For much of this bull market, BNB has floated between the $750 and $800 range without showing the kind of explosive growth we saw in previous cycles. It's not collapsing, but it's not taken off either. Now let's zoom out and look at the numbers over the past year. Binance's BNB token is up about 62% year over year, which is respectable. But when we turn to CRO, the numbers are astonishing. According to CoinMarketCap, CRO is up 243% in the last year alone. That's nearly 4 times the growth rate of Binance. Clearly, something different is happening here, and a big part of it comes down to announcements, both small and large, that are steadily building momentum for Crypto.com. And that brings us to the most recent announcement: FRA selects Crypto.com for secure institutional support. This partnership might sound like just another press release, but it's much more than that. FRA, a financial technology company focused on building decentralized protocol networks behind innovative stablecoins and liquid staking assets, has officially selected Crypto.com to provide custody and liquidity solutions. In other words, Crypto.com will be the custodian ensuring security, stability, and liquidity for FRA's ecosystem. Why is this such a big deal? Because partnerships like these are a massive sign of trust. For a fintech company building decentralized infrastructure to choose Crypto.com as its custodian, it shows confidence in Crypto.com's ability to handle institutional-level responsibilities. And this is not the first time we've seen something like this. Crypto.com has been consistently adding partnerships to its resume, each one strengthening its reputation as a reliable and innovative player in the crypto world. When was the last time we saw Binance making weekly or even monthly partnerships of this scale? Binance is huge, and yes, they still make big moves. But lately, Crypto.com has been far more aggressive in terms of growth and branding. Let's look at some of the metrics. If you compare the growth of users, partnerships, and overall adoption, Crypto.com is outpacing Binance in many areas. This naturally raises the big question: why couldn't CRO one day outperform BNB in terms of market cap? It might sound ambitious right now, but the numbers don't lie. Binance currently sits at a $118 billion market cap, while Crypto.com's CRO is at about $9 billion. If CRO were to match Binance's valuation today, we'd be talking about CRO trading at around 352 cents per coin. Of course, there are factors we need to keep in mind. Recently, Crypto.com made a controversial move by unburning tokens, which introduced some inflationary aspects into CRO tokenomics. For some investors, that raised red flags. But let's remember something important. Dogecoin is also an inflationary coin, and it still managed to reach an $88 billion market cap during the last bull run. If enough money flows into an asset, it can pump, regardless of its inflation model. And to be fair, CRO tokenomics are still stronger than Dogecoins overall. Why did Crypto.com make this decision to unburn tokens? The answer appears to be strategic. It paved the way for their presidential partnership, where the president's media company not only acquired billions of dollars worth of CRO, but also has the right to purchase up to $5 billion more. Importantly, they cannot sell these holdings for at least 1 year, locking in long-term commitment. This kind of backing gives CRO a powerful foundation. When you compare CRO to BNB, you see two giants in the making. Binance still has the bigger market cap, but Crypto.com is winning more partnerships, becoming more regulatory compliant, and steadily gaining user trust. Both tokens are tied to their respective blockchains, BNB to Binance Chain and CRO to Kronos Chain. Both tokens provide utility within their ecosystems, but the difference is this: CRO utility is growing at a faster rate. With every new partnership, more use cases are being added to Kronos, and the network is slowly building traction that could rival Binance Chain in the future. Historically, Binance Chain has had far more activity, developers, and TVL, total value locked. But now, with Crypto.com's partnership stacking up, the Kronos chain may finally start gaining serious momentum. If more developers see activity, more users will follow. If more users join, TVL will grow. And that creates a snowball effect that drives even more adoption. All of this makes me believe that CRO future could be much brighter than people expect. Personally, I believe that hitting $1 per CRO token in this bull market is very realistic. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to see it climb to $2 or more if the market continues to expand and these partnerships keep coming in. But of course, that's just my opinion. And now I want to hear from you. What do you think? Do you believe that CRO has the potential to one day rival BNB and maybe even surpass its market cap? Or do you think Binance's dominance will remain unchallenged? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this conversation is only just getting started. If you enjoyed this update, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the latest crypto news and insights.